Hey, it's Gamertone coming back with another episode, and I know I can't get out of the topic of Castlevania. It appears in every episode for some reason because it's really big in my life. Coming back to gaming after being away for so long, caught up in my career job, and retirement's coming along the way. So I have to come up with something else. This is one of my hobbies. So I went to Vegas. Went to go hang out with my son. We went to a retro gaming spot. And I haven't been to one of the... I don't think I've ever been to a retro gaming spot. I went to regular game stores and GameStop. Current stuff, but not retro. And when I walked into that retro gaming store, it was a blast from the past. Something happened, and I felt like I've been missing out for so long, and I don't want to do that anymore. So here I am to talk about what happened in Vegas and what I did. So I guess being a collector, not so much of a collector, but get the games that I once loved. The stuff I enjoyed playing as a kid. And I said, you know what? I'm going to start a new adventure in getting all the stuff that I once owned. At least the stuff that I love. But I went and I purchased a PlayStation. Yep. One of these bad boys. With all the accessories. The main accessories. Like the memory card, controller. I got a third-party memory card. It worked fine. I got a converter because the new TVs all have HDMI. And back in the day, we had the AV cables. So I played with my son. He was just excited as I was when we opened it up, played it. That nostalgic sound of the PlayStation coming on, the music. And when you first press start and you hear the Castlevania Symphony of the Night intro, you know what I'm talking about? Oh man, my son had no idea why I was smiling so much. I have a video on that. You should check it out. Here it is.
Yeah.
Castlevania. I had to pick it up. Symphony of the Night. Greatest hit. Look at that. Booklet. Look at this. Look at the condition. Look. No scratches. No scratches. Here we go. Power it up. That's already a great sign. Wait. This is so nostalgic. What you think about that? Oh yeah, Sony controller. Does make a little noise.
Butt cheeks.
Oh god, there it is. Got a generic memory card, but yeah, it looks like this guy is playing Castlevania. Yes, but hold on. I had to get this. Yes. You can see me being a kid in front of my son saying all this stuff. And I was just a kid right there at that moment. You see it in my reactions. You see as soon as the game comes on, the intro to popping the PlayStation with the power on, going into the game settings, starting it up, you see it. And it was a great moment. So I was telling this kid in school about the PlayStation, and he was like, what? 32X is better. And 32X had just finished popping off. I wasn't really a Sega person. My brother had a Sega Genesis, but I was more of a Super Nintendo kind of guy. I had this thing called the Game Doctor. And so I was telling these kids about the PlayStation, and they were all like, no, they didn't understand. And I was like, whatever, I don't care. I know when I go home and I do all my homework on the weekend, I will go to grandma's house and hang out, and all my friends would come out there and we would just game. We grew up playing a lot of fighting games. So I grew up trying to find the newest arcade fighting game that came out and try to get really good at it. I wasted so much money on changing dollars to quarters and just playing back playthroughs. And then the Neo Geo was big in my life. Art of Fighting, King of Fighters, Samurai Showdown, Fatal Fury, you name it. We would just play fighting games. But then the PlayStation was there. And then later on, my uncle got the Japanese version of Castlevania. So it was all in Japanese. We had no idea what was going on. But to see Castlevania in a Metroid style gameplay was phenomenal. It was just like, what is this? The music, the gameplay, everything was just so new and different from the Castlevania series of just side through. It was just different. We've never played a Castlevania game like this. Music was great. It was kind of those RPG elements where you level up. It was bananas. And even though I didn't know what they were saying in the game, finding out through the Game Informer magazines, I don't even know how I found out about what I needed to do in the game. But I knew, I've played that game so much back in the day. And coming back to it now, it's like, how the hell did I know that I had to get the holy glasses to know that Richter was being manipulated to be on the dark side? Who would have thought? And then you put the glasses on, you get it from Maria, and then you got this whole new game. The castle's flipped upside down. And it's a whole new game. Who would have thought? I remember finishing it, thinking that I finished it, but I remember that I had over 100% for some reason, and I knew that there were certain spots in the game that were left like there was a spot that I needed to go, and I always wanted to go, but I couldn't figure it out. But then, eventually I winded up getting more than 100%. And then the castle went upside down and there was just new enemies and it was a whole new game again. And reliving that moment with my son and having the game and hyping it up and kind of knowing what was going to happen, but he didn't. I told him we're going to finish Castlevania. And he's like, yeah. And we're playing through the whole playthrough. And I was telling him, we got to get Rector out alive, he can't die. And so we finished the game, but then I'm like, this is not the right ending. And so we go back and we go to the clock area where, the three areas are, the two areas are blocked, but we did all that. But it was the bottom part where you had to get the gold and silver ring. You had to equip it. So the bottom part can open. And we go down there and we see Maria and we get the holy glasses. And I'm like, I bet if you put that on, we can see what's going on. He's like, oh my God, he's stunned. And we go and we see it. And then it happens. And next thing you know, we see the cutscene. Castle flipped upside down. I tell him, let's see the map. The map is very small, everything's upside down, but we didn't get enough time to finish that part. So we'll probably continue when he comes over spring break, and I'm in San Diego, so he'll come over and we'll figure that part out. But I also purchased some other stuff in that retro gaming store. I got Final Fantasy Chronicles, factory sealed. Look at that. Got a little crack on it, but I'm not opening this. No. I'm going to get the digital version and finish it, but Chrono Trigger. I have the, what do you call it? Pixel remastered Final Fantasy, so I don't have to open this, and then I could just download the PC version of Chrono Trigger and replay, so I don't have to open this bad boy up. It could stay sealed the way it's meant to be sealed. It's just a beauty to just have this. It was amazing. Here it is, Pixel remastered. I also got the Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. For those who love the Persona series, I couldn't bypass this one. I remember playing this. Dante, Devil May Cry appearance in the game was bananas. I was like, oh my god, he's in the game, and this game's hard. I've never finished it. I plan to finish it and then play all the other Shin Megamis that came out after that. But never played the first one or the second one. Not even sure what systems they're on, really. Does anybody know the Shin Megami Tensei 1 and 2? Because I first played Persona 1 on the PlayStation, which I plan on getting, and the second one, and replaying the third. So those were the pickups for Vegas, and starting my journey in getting all the games that I once loved. I do want to get a Saturn to play all the Panzer Dragoon. That game is over $1,000. I was looking up online. I was like, oh my god. Dragon Force, Guardian Heroes. I got a couple of games I love on that system. But not a lot because, again, I was a Super Nintendo and Sony guy. So Sega, I did have all those systems. I even had I didn't have, but my uncle had a Sega CD where I played Lunar. Was like probably the only game I remember on that, because all the other games were Sega CD. Yeah, Sega CD was trash. We all know that. But they did have very few small good games. But those games were just magical. Don't forget to hit the like button because it helps me out. And subscribe if you like the channel. Let me know your experience with Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Your first time. What was it like? And if you also like the Neo Geo playing fighting games, what were your favorite fighting games? Samurai Showdown, Art of Fighting. Well, until next time.